How Social Security calculates retirement benefits. I have all the details and exactly what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to take a few minutes to discuss the mysterious calculations Social Security uses to determine how much your Social Security retirement benefits are going to be. Have you ever wondered how do they arrive at these numbers and how do they determine how much I'm going to be getting on a monthly basis and each and every year through the rest of my life? Well, that's exactly what I want to talk about here in the video. It can be very confusing, so let's get into it and talk through all those details. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. There's that big old button. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet, as I'm here for you right by your side every single day. And like I've said before in other videos, between now and the next few years, it is going to be a very, very busy time when it comes down to Social Security. We know that they're working on some major fixes and some major changes to the program as a whole. And again, I'm watching all those details very closely and bringing you any updates every single day right here on the channel. A lot of things are happening, and again, I want to help you out as much as I can. So please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Also, feel free to share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends, family, social media, so we can continue to help out as many people as I can right now during this very busy and confusing time. All right, thanks again. Truly do appreciate your support. Subscribe down below. Let's get into it and talk about how do they calculate Social Security retirement benefits and how do they arrive at these numbers to determine you're going to get exactly this dollar amount every single month, basically for the rest of your life, adjusting for the COLA as well. Okay, very interesting, because here's what's interesting about it. You've paid in through Social Security payroll taxes basically your entire life. Now it's time for you to start claiming those benefits, and a lot of times we wonder, but wait, I'm pretty sure they took a lot of money out of my paycheck every single week for my entire life, and now I'm getting this much back on a weekly basis, or on a monthly basis, excuse me. So yeah, we want to know those details, right? So anyway, let me talk through the details about it. All right, so now this is just for Social Security retirement benefits. In fact, I'm probably going to turn this into a couple-part series, and the reason for that is there's some other details about this. I want to talk through the kind of the basic details of it, and then I'll come back in a more specific video and talk through more of the intricate details about this. It can be very, very confusing, so you might need to watch this video a couple times because it's pretty confusing. Let's just be real. All right, so here's what it comes down to. Social Security takes your 35 highest years of income, okay? So basically what they do is basically between the ages of, well, essentially your working age out until through the age of 59, they take your 35 highest years of income, okay? Now, yes, they do also use years of income from 60 and over, but basically what they do is they take the 35 highest years through the age of 59 and they index it with inflation up to current time. So they inflate those numbers up to current time, taking into adjustments for inflation over that time frame, okay? So if that kind of makes sense. So through the age of 59, they take those 35 years. Now, here's what's interesting. If you don't have 35 years, they basically fill in all the blanks with zeros, okay? So very important stuff. If you have a bunch of zeros, obviously that's going to lower the average on this. But if you have a bunch of years and they take your 35 highest, any numbers other than zero is going to be good, okay? Remember that. Anytime you're running averages, anytime you have a zero, it's going to throw off the average. If you have multiple zeros, it's really going to distort the average, okay? So that's what we need to know. Number one, 35 years of highest income, they take those. If you have 40 years, well, then they take 35 of the highest years. They take off the 5 lowest years in that case, right? All right, so now that you understand that, now here's what they do. They basically take these 35 years and they add up all of the income from those 35 years and they divide it by the number of months. So let me explain really quickly. They use something called AIME, average indexed monthly earnings. So basically what they do, they take up all the income from those 35 years of highest income, they add it all up, and they divide by the months, which is 420 months in that 35 years of time, okay? So they add up all the income, which is, whatever the income happens to be. They divide it by 420, which is the number of months in 35 years, and it comes out with your AIME, average indexed monthly earnings, okay? Now, they have that number, okay? Now, they take that number and they run it through a formula. And again, more on that in a separate video, the formula, okay? They have different weightings for income, for the basically the different dollar amounts up to different thresholds. They have different weightings as far as how much they weight that income, okay? So income at, say, $100,000 is not weighted equally as the first $10,000 of income. Are you confused yet? Yeah, exactly. Why I want to come back in a separate video and talk about that individually, because that can be very confusing as well. And honestly, if I were to add it into this video right now, it would probably just add a ton more confusion about this. So stay tuned on that as well. But now that they have your AIME, okay, they run that through this calculation or the formula, right? So then this determines what your monthly benefit is going to be at that time, basically at your full retirement age, okay? Your PIA, primary insurance amount, is what that comes out to be, okay? However, there's a couple other things we want to take into consideration. Number one, are you going to file for your benefit before your full retirement age? Basically between the ages of 62 and your full retirement age. If that happens, then we got to reduce benefits, okay? Remember, they reduce benefits by 0.05% for every 1 month that you claim benefits prior to your full retirement age. 0.05% is kind of an interesting fraction, but if you just want to say 0.5%, it's very similar. It's not the exact same, but it's about the same. For easy mathematical purposes, you could just say 0.5% for every 1 month that you file for benefits prior to your full retirement age, okay? But if you file for benefits right at your full retirement age, you could also think of that as full benefit age, okay? So that would be the time that you would be getting your full benefit or your PIA, primary insurance amount, based on the calculations that I just gave you, okay? So that is how they would determine that. However, if you delay your benefits after your full retirement age, then they will continue to increase at a pace of 0.667% or 2/3 for every 1 month that you file after your full retirement age. Which is calculated out at 4% for every 6 months. It is 8% per year and about 24% over 3 years, basically up to the age of 70. Now, anytime after the age of 70, there's no financial gain waiting until after the age of 70 to file for your monthly benefit, because there's no more 2/3 gain to your benefit per month after the age of 70. So at that point, again, I'm not here to advise anybody what to do ever. That's never my intention. But basically, if you're 70 and if you haven't filed for your Social Security benefit yet, you may want to consider doing it, because there's no point in waiting any further than that. They don't continue to accrue after that, okay? So this is basically the kind of the basic formula of how Social Security determines your retirement benefit, okay? So that's what it comes down to. 35 highest years of income. Any income years or any years that did not have income within it, they fill it in with a 0. They took all the income from those years, they add it all up, divide it by the number of months. 420 months gives you your AIME, average indexed monthly earnings. And then they run that through the formula, and it gives you a different weighting on all those dollars within there, okay? And again, remember, they inflate the income, all the income through the age of 59, they inflate up to today's dollars, because the dollars back in, say, 1990, 1980, 1970 is very different than the dollars today. The dollars then had a lot more value. The dollars today have, like, no value because they've deflated everything, right? So as a result, or they devalued everything through inflation is essentially what it comes down to, right? So anyway, that's basically the basic formula as of now that I want to share with you here in this video. And again, I will come back in a separate one and talk you through all those percentages and the weightings on those dollars. The dollars are weighted differently, okay? So interesting. You would think that they would have a better process, just like a very simple, streamlined process of calculating this, but they don't, okay? So anyway, one thing that I want to suggest to you, if you want to look this up, what you can do is you can sign up for your My Social Security account on the Social Security website, okay? If you have not done this yet, I've gone through the process. It's pretty easy, okay? There's a lot of steps. It asks a lot of questions, but it is 100% free, and you can get a lot of details right on that website there, and you can get information as far as how much your benefit is likely going to be, okay? Now, when you see these numbers, take these with a grain of salt, okay? These are subject to change, okay? Please be very careful about that, because a lot of times, if you have not hit your age in which you can start filing for Social Security and you look at these numbers, they are adjusted into the future as well, okay? So they're adjusted and they're kind of speculating at the same time. So if you look at the numbers and all of a sudden the day comes and it's not that much, you might be a little bit upset, okay? So just take that all with a grain of salt. But you can sign up on the Social Security website. It is 100% free if you'd like to. Like I said, I've gone through the process. I did it on my phone. So if you want to do it on your phone, if you want to do it on your computer, whatever, you can easily do that. Just get ready to verify some personal information, because they will certainly ask you some verification questions. There's a lot of it, because obviously if you're working with Social Security, they want to know all that information to make sure that you're dealing with the right person and not somebody trying to impersonate you. But you can simply go to ssa.gov and you can sign up right there for your My Social Security account. You will see it right there on the website where you can just sign up and you go through the process. It'll take maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe total to go through the sign-up process. And again, just get ready. They're going to ask you a bunch of verification questions, and you can see the details right there. So I hope this helps you. Again, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to come back and elaborate on further. It can be very confusing. If you're confused, that's okay. You're certainly not alone. I can guarantee you that, okay? I can guarantee you're not alone, okay? Otherwise, stay tuned. I will come back with another video, and I will talk through all the percentages, the weightings on those dollars. It would seem a little bit weird, but that's how they do it, okay? Dollars are not weighted equally. The first dollars that are earned are weighted more highly. The last dollars, as in the higher the income gets, they are not weighted as equally, which is pretty important when it comes down to calculations, right? Anyway, hope this helps you. But again, a lot of times, a lot of people are wondering, wait, I'm pretty sure I paid in through Social Security payroll taxes my entire year or my entire life through all these years, but yet they're only giving me this much on a monthly basis. I'm confused. How are they getting these numbers? Well, this is part of the formula. So hope that helps you out. Again, please make sure to subscribe down below, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and feel free to leave any comments, questions, feedback down below. Let me know what I can do to help you out during this time. Let me know what you want me to focus on. If you have any suggestions, anything like that, let me know. Again, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I know, super confusing. It's a tough time out there right now, and all we really need to do is stick together. And again, we've got to stick together through this time, because are they going to help us out? Well, it would prove that they're not, right? We've seen it before. And again, they continue to show us they're doing nothing for us. So anyway, I'm here for you. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And catch you again later in the